Dappertutto, dappertutto.
Okay, I'm gonna get started and these people slowly join in. It's okay. So today I'm gonna present Eindhoven Pro. It's a software that I've been developing for the past 10 years. When I first released, the first version was actually called Mixer Pro. But now Mixer is the company name, and Mixer has been the name of the software. There's a full version, this is the Pro version, and then there's also a light version that doesn't have the effects. I like to think of AV Mixer as kind of like tractor for VJs, because I really like, for me, it's not so much about the effects and more than even too many layers, like modular, like 10 layers. I don't know what to do with 10 layers. It's such a lot of layers. Anything more than 2, it becomes really kind of nutty when you make a video. It doesn't necessarily work the same way sound does. Sound you can layer, 20 layers, 30 layers. When you produce sound, but this video, it doesn't necessarily, it turns to mud very fast. But anyways, so again, I try to, think in terms of how DJing is about. It's 2 channels. You queue up one song, and then you play that song, and then you transition to the next song. It's very clean. It's more about the content than about the effects of mixing. Of course, this is a 3-channel mixer, so it has all the stuff you need to mix the video. But I want to create a tool for people so they don't think about the software too much when they do DJ. It's thinking more about content, because I think at the end it's the content that's what people are looking at, not the software. So I'm going to quickly go through the software. It's very simple and straightforward. I'm going to start by loading in some clips. There's 2 ways to do it. I'm going to load in some clips just like this. All you do is drag and drop your media folder into the control areas. It depends on how many clips you have in your folder. Yeah, sure. But this window will get bigger and bigger when you have 100 clips in a folder. So the organization comes from how you organize the folders, basically. So when you have another way to load clips is just click on this button. You'll drop up the navigator, and then you just select the folder, and then so you end up with this list of loaded folders. And this list gets saved when you quit the software. So the software itself actually doesn't really save anything. The only thing that's saving really is these folders of contents, and then all of these parameters is just default, because every time you start a show, you start fresh again. So also with all these effects there, I'm trying to think of it as even like hardware, where hardware you just have buttons and sliders and knobs. There's no settings to save. You boot it up, and then you start your mixing again, start your session basically. And what if you just want to load a single movie, for example? All you need to do is drag and drop that movie to the same area, and then that particular file, only that file will play. And you can also load pictures and whatever you want. So as you can see, there are 3 channels. There's channel A, B, and C. And the controls for 3 channels are identical. They're exactly the same. All you have is, pause and play, and play in different directions. You can go backwards, forwards. This is different loop modes. Loop wherever, do pendulum. You can do live camera input. Hello world. And you can do siphon. If you guys use siphon, you can basically send any of the 3 channels into modulate or whatever macro. There's a siphon server. So you can decide, okay, I want to send channel A, B, or C or master output to siphon. And you can also send one of the videos back into one of the channels to do some software feedback. For example, like here, I can turn this is closer. Say, for example, if I want to send channel B out to siphon, and then now I'm like streaming it back into itself. This channel is sending back to the channel A, and then you can make these videos per channel. Anyway, so that's siphon. Below the movie controls is your sort of a real-time in and out point. Select. You can crop part of your video. This button's to reset. And this is your timeline where you can do some scrubbing. Or, as you notice, every time you click on the timeline, you'll see a little down group. That means you are setting a new rewind point, so you can use the rewind to go back to that point. If not, by default, it just goes back to the beginning of the clip. So it's really straightforward, and it just focuses on the loops. And here is sort of a random jump. If you want to do a random time slicing. Again, all of your clips are in this pull-down menu, so these arrows will basically cycle through all of your content in that folder. So you can go down, you can go back up, you can randomly select a clip from your bank. And next to your preview window is a speed slider. So this is one of the most important things that I use all the time. Mixing video is all about tempo and timing. And there's software solutions for auto timing, or there's also a BPM input, which earlier version of AV Mixer has BPM, which I've taken it out because it just gets a little gimmicky with the whole time working with the video, because video is not made like audio tracks. It's not like DJ tracks where everything locks into a certain BPM, because video sure you can produce it into a certain time interval, but all content is in all time intervals because it doesn't follow any convention. It only follows like 1 second loop or 2 second loop, but within 1 second you can have like half a second bar or ball bouncing or something. But for me, I found it the best way to sync video into say dance music is using the pitch slider. So you visually looking at the loops, and you can also look at the this playback bar to see how long this is actually traveling across through the entire content, and then adjust using your pitch slider to sync up to the music. And I find that one of the most effective ways to sync with music is using the pitch slider. And here it shows the what speed it's on. Right now the slider setting is set to 0 to 200%. And you click on this number to set back to 100%. And to mix between your channel A and channel B, you use your A/B slider. And this is your final output preview window. So you have this is your final output window. And this you can send to your external desktop and do full screen output and all that stuff. But you know but this window actually gives you a preview of your external output, so that sometimes you don't see the output. This gives you a preview because you can also say, for example, go fade black on the video. So now my output is black, but you still want to see your content, like what's actually being mixed out. So this is a preview for that. And this also works between channel A/B down mix to channel 3. So now you understand why there are two sliders. So again, it's working with this concept of DJ mixing, kind of it's A/B down mix to channel C. So C is like your extra layer of stuff. But I think when you're mixing, you don't really think about it so much because it's A/B and then C. So you can cue something up, have even like an additive overlay on your A and B. So my A and B right now is doing additive blend, where this gives you all these different options of blend mode. And then you can mix it into your C channel. And of course, you have the same overlay mode on your C channel as well, A/B and C. So, you have your typical chroma key. Yeah, I think the color picker. Oh, it is working. So you can pick. If you mouse click on your preview window, you can pick any color you want to chroma key. So if you look at this final output preview, you can see I'm keying out the red right now. So if I want to key out the black, I just click on black and you can key out the black. And the slider actually determines how much the keying sensitivity is between the A/B channels. So it's really handy, like real-time key tool. So you can key out anything you want. For this, I just want to key out the yellow. And you can see the yellow is being keyed out, and then you can see the content below, or vice versa, or key out the black. Questions? Yeah. You just click on anywhere in the content and say click on anywhere on the image, it'll pick the color for you.
Okay. So does that help
So between after A and B, you can key onto channel C. So I do chroma key again, and then right now the color is white, right? So it's the white of this picture I'm keying out. But if I do a shift click, it'll pick the color of the second channel. So it's really handy. You can do some real-time keying. You can do multiply, crazy ones like modular, whatever. Yeah. So it gets kind of crazy. And then you can also turn this preview window on and off because if your computer is like a netbook or something, if you're running really slow, you kind of want to turn some stuff off. So this is one of the ways to kind of improve this frames per second. So I always kind of keep an eye out on this frames per second. This shows how many frames that your computer is actually playing on your final output window, which is here. So if you have a lot of effects turned on and some different stuff going, you can see this thing start to drop, right? And then your video starts to go like really choppy. and you can decide, oh, 15 frames is okay, maybe 8 is too slow, then I turn some stuff off. So you can kind of, depending on your laptop, you decide how much stuff you want to turn on and off to keep this at a level where you're happy with. Again, all the channels are identical controls, and we went through the mix modes, and briefly the blending going on. And on the right side of the screen, you have your effects chain. It's a fixed effects chain. This is the order it goes through, where you have the color effect, transform effect, and 2 reframe effects. And to use the effect, you turn it on. All the effects channel has this on-off button. So you turn it on, and then for preview, maybe I turn off the scrolling key stage. So here you can pick. These 2 color boxes basically. You can pick the dark color and the light color. So for example, I want my darkest to be pink, and then I want my light to be yellow or something. So you can real time pick the colors and then change the saturation. And you can decide which one of the 3 channels plus the master that you want this effect to be applied to. Either from A, B, or C, or master. And you have your inverse color, black and white, and you have your auto mode where it's automatically picking the colors. So it's very simple. It's very simple color effects, and you can, and it only assigns to one of the 3 channels or master. And this is the reset button. You reset any time to go back to the default. Or you can have like a color inverse, and then you can use on-off button to activate the effect. So you can have a preset effect that you like, and then you want to switch back and forth on beat or something. And moving on, we're gonna look at some transform effects. So this is transform XY. Right now it's set to full image. So you can play around. You can do bleed edges. Bleed edges will only bleed the edges of your picture. It doesn't repeat anymore. And then you can do a repeat image. Then you kind of does this diving without folding the picture. You can rotate, you can do rotation, you can do rotation. You can do a zoom, you can zoom out of the picture, you can do a rotation, move it around. This changes the center point of your picture, so when you rotate to a different point. And the last XY is the skew. You can do some skewing. You can also zoom all the way out. It just becomes like a color. It just samples the overall color of your image. And there's like sort of an auto run. Automatically but I'm not a huge fan of automation in VJ software. No, it's auto to all 3. They're all moving at the same time. And then if you hit reset, it goes back to your original picture, and then you can keep going. Now, moving down, again, you can assign this to any of the one of the 3 channels. So you can have this only moving from channel A, and then it can mix it onto the rest of the channels. So, moving on, do you guys know free-frame? Free-frame? Free-frame is like, like effects for VJs. It's like audio effects for VJs. And I have Pete's free-frame plugins loaded, which is free. just load the effects in, and then you turn it on. Right now it's burn. You can see the picture like more saturated. There's blue. It's really crazy. You see it's changing. It's sort of this glow, super glow effect. So there's all these effects you can choose from. You can also download. I know freeframe is not like 10 years ago. There's a bunch of freeframes popped up, but for me, again, I'm not so crazy about effects. But the Peach plugins give you all the basic video effects as a freeframe effect. So this is like really all the basic stuff you ever need. Like fisheye, and also his effects are very stable for the most part. So some of the freeframe is very unstable. You really have to try it out before loading into your VJ software. Sometimes it doesn't like certain effects. You can change the parameters of your freeframe effects in here, and then here you can layer the two effects on top of each other. You turn this on. So you can have some kind of layering. So you can turn on all these effects. Black and white. And you can see my frame rate dropped to 15 because Bloom picks up a lot of processing power. If I turn Bloom on, it goes 10 frames faster. It's like 6 frames faster. So you can judge which effect is taking up more processing power than the other one. So you have all this stuff, and for me, I'm not as crazy a guy with keyboards, because keyboard and mouse, because I hate using mouse when I VJ. I never use mouse. So you can assign all of this stuff to a meeting. So all of this stuff you just saw is assignable to meetings. So you can use your controller, you can use a X-Rod command. If you want, you can use Rob is not here. You can use Touch OSC. There's a Touch OSC template that comes with the download package. You can do this mixed modes, and then the fader assigning, and then all the color effects, transform effects, reframe effects, and all the different channels. Is assignable to meeting instructions. So the whole thing becomes really hands-free. After you load your clips, it really becomes hands-free, and then you can just go through the clips, and you can just really go through the clips and cue it up, change the speed, and then cue up to that clip. So it's the way I mix is very much depend on the show. Very much kind of queuing up the clip, make sure it's matching, and then you slowly transition into that clip. And that's typically my workflow. Oh, it's got the chroma key going. And there's the settings, resets dialog. It's really simple. You set the position of your full screen window, front, right screen, movie resolution. You can put it on native, so you'll just sample. You'll find out what the native resolution of your clip is and set the resolution to all the clips, or you can designate what resolution you want to be. Output aspect ratio 4:3, 6:9, image quality. Sometimes this doesn't change much. You can try it. Output window border, you can get rid of the border on your window. So if you just want a floating window, it's pretty useful. And you can also change the pitch resolution of the slider to 0 to 400 or something. So it goes really crazy speed. Or do the classic turntable, which is there's a record box. You can record your set into a presumably or a high mix. So you can have a save it now to a movie or something. The UI you can do full screen on the UI, so do a desktop takeover. So yeah, that's about it. That's oh yeah, I think there's a new feature that added to the version 2.4, which that was not available before. This software keystone window. So this is helpful when you're doing mapping projects, but it's not made for mapping a bunch of boxes onto a bunch of boxes. But it's more like when you finish a map and then you need to adjust your map onto your building or structure or whatever, you need to define keystone. So this will give you a 4x4 grid, keystone grid. So you can see now we have this grid. Maybe I'll have a picture that's a bit forever. So here, I can change my soft mesh, basically. So I can change the mesh. If the map is a little bit off, you can adjust it in real time and make sure everything matches. So you can use it as a final mapping content, sort of a playback software. And then you can save this. You can save this grid. This grid. Don't show the grid anymore. Or I don't like it. I start over and reset everything, and you can adjust your map accordingly. It's kind of useful when you're matching things up to your model, because there's always something that's a little bit off. So you're like, I need to adjust something in the picture itself. Then you can use this software keystone tool. Yeah, that's about it. That's all the things about the mixer. It's very straightforward, And again, I don't want, my whole thing is you don't want the software to take over the show. But most guys here I know are geeks, including me, and we're into effects and we're into tweaking and into routing video different ways. And we tend to get lost, which is fine. I think that's kind of maybe part of the fun. But at one point, you just want to focus on what you're playing and focus on delivering just the content that you made or you found, and it doesn't become so muddy and blurry, and people don't understand how this picture come from. But of course, if you want to do compositing and add stuff together, you can. It's totally available. Any questions? Yeah, thanks. Yeah, that's the whole point. The square is the oh, this stuff? No, I can't. Because oh, this one. Oh yeah, of course. So it's here. If you look at the transform effects, so you have everything. This is like channel picker, automation, power mode, rotation, zoom, movement, XY, center XY. Yeah, you can assign all these into XY MIDI. So it's all MIDI assignable. So when you have a MIDI controller hooked up, do you guys have a MIDI controller? I mean, right now? No. And then And what you do is you move one of the sliders or knob on your controller, and this number will change to the incoming meeting message. And then you just click on, what you do is you click on one of the boxes, and it will take that number. Or you can manually change, it needs to have an input. Or you can manually change the numbers, but it's basically kind of a smart learn and assign kind of thing, where you move the slider and then you click on the box and then it will automatically assign to that box. And then after you're done, you can save it. There's 3 presets. Number 3 is Control C template. First 2 is usually empty. So you can assign to your, whatever meeting controller. Yeah. It will just channel everything into it. It just gains everything. It doesn't really care which device is coming from. So on the Neural Mixer side, there's a bunch of free content you can download. You can download the trial version of Eindhoven Meeting Pro and Eindhoven Meeting Lite. And right now the Pro version is 75 euros, and then the Lite version is 25 euros. And if you send me a message, I can send you a discount, 20% off, whatever. If you're really poor, then we can pour something else. But the software is, my goal is to get this to a lot of different people and have them use the software and just have it as another option, because there's not just Resolute and Modulate and whatever other software is out there. For simple shows, for simple events, and simple shows, for bands and whatever, this is what I use, and I'm one of the main developers and troubleshooting person. And I know ins and outs of the software. Usually it never crashes. Sometimes it slows down with effects because it's filled with max MSP jitter. I don't know if you guys know. This whole software is filled with max. And but for the most part, it's pretty stable and pretty straightforward. I don't have to think too much for simple video stuff. But I also use processing and touch design for other kinds of generating or mapping stuff. So different tools for different jobs, I guess. I don't know what else to talk about this. You can also load GIFs, which is really awesome. These are all GIF loops. They're all less than 1 megabyte in size, but they're really awesome. I like the minimal looks. You can also load some Quartz controller files, because natively Eindhoven Mixer is a QuickTime engine. So anything that QuickTime plays, you can play in Eindhoven Mixer Pro. And you can load Quartz controller files, GIF animations, JPEGs. So you have a lot to choose from in terms of types of content you can play. You can load some plugins to play Windows Media files. I think that's it. I don't know what else is there. The software now is paper download, so there's no software license keys anymore. I got rid of that whole stupid thing. It's retarded. Someone pays, it's downloaded. There's no checking. You just use it. It's very direct, very simple, much easier sort of content delivery. And as a bonus for everyone who's participating in my workshop, I'm going to give you a free badge. Don't go away. And you get to pick colors without picking colors. Pass it around. Pick one.
These are brand new bags. Dealmaker logo. PCM Mac also runs on Windows Surface. Yeah, right now the it's really simple because he's linked to like he's shortcut it's linked to the Neuromancer Facebook website. Well, no, actually, no, it links to your upload. So,
only YouTube or?
No, what it is, say, for example, you have a video stage, and then you can upload, just link, exactly, the link, and you upload the video, I think it's clear, it takes you to the clear side, they're really simple videos, not very hard, it just takes you to it. Yes. The very first version, Yeah, it's a different workflow. Different workflow because sometimes it's a thumbnail, if you don't have to be just a thumbnail, you have more space. So it's just a different workflow, I think. This way you need to queue it up, so basically, you know, for me, okay, I'm playing stuff on this is the range. I know it's different offers. Yeah, try it out. That's the thing, you don't run out of space on a thumbnail, right? Oh, I have a thumbnail. There's always a different context. I know thumbnail. But you know, nano controllers. Yeah, because it's so light and small. I don't even touch the buttons. All I do is do the nature, right? And do the blackout, sun blackout, and then I do the previous loop and next loop on the button, and then speed slider. You know, 1, 2, 3 speed slider. So all I use is 3 sliders with the button. I just go through Yeah, they have a meeting here.